Creative coming at you with the Love is Blind UK episode 4 review video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for rocking with us. We get into a lot of things. So we'll get into this review, but just a quick PSA. If you're in the States, please register to vote if you haven't already. And make sure you plan to vote in November. And if you're in the UK, the news from there has been a lot to process, so we can't imagine, what y'all are going through, but we send out prayers. Now let's get into this episode because it was a lot. So I remember, watching episode 1 to 3, and I was, talking about the main highlights in them, and then there were a couple of people that I didn't talk about because I didn't know what they were doing and they bored me. But at least this episode things got revolved. I did not talk about last time. He's a PR and an advertising consultant. And to be honest, I don't know what he was doing in them pods. And I don't think he knew what he was doing either. But finally, this episode, he decided who he wanted to be with. And unfortunately, that person was not Natasha, the career coordinator. And she had a very interesting story about, losing a lot of weight and, trying to get her, dream of finding love to come true because she felt like, people used her in the past. I felt like even though, she had her physical appearance taken care of, you could tell that her emotional health was not in the same place because she was definitely a wreck in a lot of scenes, especially this one where Tom, sat with her and had a very tough and uncomfortable conversation about, him basically thinking that they were friends, so he had to follow his guts, right? And she's crying, just losing it, and she takes it as well as she can. And he also says though that both of them know that something is there between them, but he just don't know what it is. And he has a stronger connection with Marie back in the pause. Sees Natasha crying after, getting dumped. And Maria is a makeup artist who has a very good connection with Tom. She comes from a Muslim background, and she talked about things like, her family and her culture kind of shunning dating and things like that, but she decided to, go on the show and go for her own happiness and really forget about anybody who would, disagree with her or judge her because the people who loved her wouldn't, so I like her attitude. And, she kind of expressed that same kind of steadfastness and confidence when she was talking to some of the other women because she was saying, yeah, she always felt safe when she and Tom were talking, so she felt bad for Natasha, but I don't think she was surprised because I felt like she had Tom in the bag. And Natasha did have a little bit of a hiccup with Tom though when they talked about her vision of being kind of like a new school traditional wife in some of the previous episodes. And Tom gave her a little pushback because he's like, yeah, I kind of want to stay at home wife like that. And then she explained that she wouldn't necessarily completely give up her career, but she wants a few years with the kids while they're still young. And he could even be the one to stay with them, but, it's her goal for the kids to have quality time with, their parents. And he kind of agreed with the way she explained it. Sweet baby. Our girl that we want to root for, but we can't because Nicole's just doing foolishness. She is meeting Sam for the first time, and once the doors to the separate sides of the pods open, They hug, but he doesn't pick her up like he said he would. And in his confessional, he says, I don't care what anybody thinks, but I think she's gorgeous. And I was like, what's that supposed to mean? And then he gets down on one knee and proposes, and they hug again, but she's much shorter than him. So it's kind of awkward. And they talk about her wearing high heels in the future. So, boom, he already starts telling her more things that she needs to do for him. Nothing about what he gonna do for her, but whatever. He also asks her if she likes what she sees, again with the peacocking and the vanity. And he gets very flustered and just starts making this very rambling, just incoherent speech to her. It was cringe, man. He was saying he's just a boy who wants a girl. And he kept saying to trust him like 1,000 times, which I would not do if somebody kept saying that over and over again. Like, damn, should I not trust you? Why you gotta say it so much time? And in her confessional, she says that she's trying to match the voice to what she sees, and also trying to figure out if she likes him. And he continues to ask her to trust him, and then he makes either a joke or a microaggression about her eyes being boring brown. And then he says, no, but actually, they're still gorgeous. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I don't get him. And, he doesn't kiss her, even though, he keeps saying, trust me. And then he ends with telling her that he thinks he loved her after they already started walking away. And apparently found out that he also put the ring on the wrong finger. So she doesn't say, I love you back. And then he harps on that in his confessional, talking about, well, he said, love her, but she didn't say it back. It's like, y'all were walking away, like. So, I don't know. She says in her confessional that she liked how he had presented himself in the past by impression. He was a lot, and she had a lot to process. So, I think Nicole's definitely having buyer's remorse straight out of the pod. Her, her meet up with Tom in the pod still, and then they try to be more open. And she confesses her feelings, and then he shares his, and they get engaged. Though Tom does seem a bit scared, but still, he's at least making some kind of decision and progress. So I am rooting for them. And then meeting face to face with Demi and proposing to her. Oh, this is not face to face, sorry, in the pods. And he wrote her a letter and proposed, and she said yes, which was sweet. The next person who meets face to face is actually Tom and Maria wears like a red dress and red lipsticks, and she gets the lipstick all over him because they are happy to meet each other. They tell each other how gorgeous they are. They kiss. So it seemed all good vibes. And then at the end, he also told her that her boobies looked especially great to him. So it seems like he's happy in more ways than one. And he did seem a little more like calmer and less all over the place, now that they have met. So hopefully for them two, things will just go up from next. And Demi puts on a cute black dress, and Ollie tells her that she looks incredible, and she says he looks great. And then they hug at her request for a while, and then in his confessional, he says that she's more beautiful than he could imagine, and curvy in all the right places. So Kathy can eat her heart out because she was wrong about them not being, a good match or into each other, whatever she was thinking. Ali also said that Demi was his number one choice all along. So I have extra love for this pairing as well. And then next we get to the honeymoon in Greece. And it was gorgeous. It was giving Mamma Mia, beautiful resort and villas with infinity pools and everything. So shout out to Loves Bond UK for sending them someplace nice. So at the honeymoon, Stephen and Sabrina are having a fabulous time. They keep kissing. Demi and Ollie are just giggling and seeming very pleased with one another. Bobby is just fanboying out over how attractive Jasmine is to him. Jasmine says that her usual type is tattoos and kind of rough around the edges, muscly guys, but to her, Bobby is a pretty boy that she is enjoying, being with. So right now it's working out, but because he's not her type, I want to see how it goes in the future. He and Catherine are on their honeymoon and they look very happy, but Kathy's gonna go and say that she's nervous to meet up with everyone, and she's especially nervous to meet up with Ollie now because of how she cut him off. And I thought, girl, he cut you off emotionally first. Do you not remember the conversation about what club you went at and how he was like, yeah, that's not my vibe. You need to, keep talking to other people because I will do that. So he let you down easy. And then when you saw that Demi was ahead, you decided to bow out. But make no mistake, he disrupted the vibes first. So I don't know, what she's thinking. But I, again, guess that she thinks she looks better than Demi. So she probably thinks that once Ollie sees her, after seeing Demi, his head is going to turn and, the foundation is going to shake. I don't think that's going to happen because Ollie, he was surprisingly thoughtful about the process. But men are visual creatures. But you don't know if, Catherine is his type. She's just assuming that she's his type. So there's a lot of factors. And at the end of the day, I think Catherine is going to make a little messed up with Ollie. But she has a good thing in Freddie. So I hope she doesn't mess this up. Do not fumble Freddie, Catherine. So after, Catherine admits that she's nervous to see people, they agreed that they're going to shower together and head to bed. And it's clear that they probably will consummate their marriage. And next you see Demi and Ollie, and they have some pool time, and Ollie says that the physical attraction is fueling the emotional attraction, which refuels the physical attraction, so it's just spiraling up and up and up for him. And Demi is still doubting if he would like her physically because, she's treated as one of the guys a lot of the time because she's athletic and she says she usually wears like, sweatsuits and trainers and everything around the house. So she's getting more into her feminine side around Ollie as well. So she's trusting, that he likes her and she's woman enough for him, And then they agree to, go to bed together. So, they're taking it slow, but they're willing to have, the contact and cuddles and things like that. Next you see Stephen and Sabrina, and they head to bed with eye masks on, and he is wasting her eye mask. If I was Sabrina, I'd be a little tired. Like, if you want to play, you can play with this dry one when it's finished off of me, but I guess she let him use some of her eye mask, and he's just like running around with it and the camera letting them fall off. And she was a good sport about it, so it seems like they're having fun. But it's not clear if they're gonna hunch because all that face mask and stuff and the robes and the joking, it wasn't given like romance honeymoon. It was given like old couple who are friends now, which is interesting because they're new and they were the first one to, get engaged. So I think these two have what it takes to last, but it wasn't given very hot and steamy honeymoon. You see Freddie and Catherine again, and he's topless with washboard abs and whatnot, and she's just fangirling out and she's just like crawling all over the bed, saying she can't look at him. So I think they're very much attracted to one another, and I think they admitted to consummating the marriage twice in one of the next scenes. The whole time, I'm wondering where Nicole and Sam, where are they? And then you see Nicole saying that she was supposed to go to the retreat. I don't know why she called the honeymoon a retreat, but she said it didn't feel right to her, especially when they got engaged. She said the ring wasn't even on her right finger, and she thought about it more, and Sam's vibes didn't feel right. So Nicole finally woke up, and I'm like, she just took so long to process. It's like Teresa on Real Housewives of New Jersey. Why? She had two people telling her. She had Benea, who should have done a better job communicating what all, was at stake. But Jasmine definitely, told her that the man was, you know, playing and feeding them both lines. So I don't know why she didn't listen, but she finally got it through her thick skull that Sam wasn't no good, and she saw it for herself. And then Sam blames Benaya for getting in the way of the two of them. And I think he thinks Benaya's just in her heart, but he doesn't know that Benaya was also in her ear. So I kind of want to see how Sam is going to react when he sees Benaya again, either at the next kickback or, the reunion. But, yeah, Benaya tried to snitch, but did it badly. But I think Nicole's going to spin the block with Benaya and try to check him out. But it might be too late. I think she fumbled everything, but at the end of the day, they weren't the best choices, so she needs to just go home. Next scene is Bobby and Jasmine. Before we see them, they show like a small scene of Tom and Maria having a little sexual tension. They show Demi and Ali saying that they had a PG night and how they don't want to lose their connection. But what was funny was when Bobby and Jasmine were talking together and they was just getting the tea on Nicole and Sam. They say how, outright they want to see everyone to get the gossip, right? But then Jasmine just stands on business and says she thinks Sam was faking. She don't think Sam was right for Nicole, which she tried, to warn Nicole about. And Bobby also throws Sam under the bus and, says that, yeah, Sam was definitely making negative comments about her appearance and indicating that he wasn't there for the right reasons. So again, if even Bobby is saying that Sam was on some BS, it's true. It was not editing. It's all these people and all this, evidence that I don't know why Nicole didn't see, but alas, they're not going to see them there. But they are curious about the other couples, but I think they wanted to see, especially Nicole and Sam. We kind of, get this kind of teaser of Benaya walking towards, I think it's like a cafe or something, and Nicole is going to try to meet up with Benaya and talk to him. And I do feel like if Benaya was a little more settled and if he had a house or an apartment or something that shows that he was willing to put down roots and not be a nomad, she would have chosen him. Because, you can vacation for extended periods, but to not have any roots, that's a little bit much when you're trying to get married, So, we shall see what Benaya says. I think he's going to reject her. But next week, all the couples are going to meet. And the preview looks like things are going to be chaotic. There's a small chance that Benaya might give her a chance because he knows that dry snitching was a bad look. Because that's why he didn't want to do it. Because he, didn't want Nicole to see that negative side. So it could cancel out her rejecting him and then him doing like the snake snitching move. But at the end of the day, he's already been hurt in his past. That's why he's a nomad. So I don't know if he took the rejection well. So we'll see. Please say what you thought about the episode. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. Bye.